Josh here with Blue Collar Ballistics. Today I'm gonna be shooting a couple 9s. I've got that Stoeger STR-9 Combat, and right here I got a Glock 19. I put a 31 round magazine in it. I was shooting the other a little bit. I'm gonna shoot this one next. We're shooting at a Texas Star, and I'm just gonna see which one I'm a little bit more accurate with. STR9, that Stoeger, it's shooting a lot nicer than when I first took it out of the box, but it's got raised sights on it and stuff, and I'm not quite used to those ones yet, so I'm going to see if I'm any better with this or with that at the moment. You guys ready? Took quite a few rounds to knock those out. 26 rounds, that ain't good. I'm gonna have to work on my aim and my trigger control a little bit more. But we're gonna try this with these raised sights next. Dang it, doing horrible. Alright, as you can see, I was doing horrible. I'm going to adjust my aim this next time a little bit and try again. Hit it, but it ain't falling off.
Nope. Yeah, you did it again.
I gotta shoot a little high with this one here, apparently. Ooh, that's hot. Alright, I'm gonna try with the Glock here real quick. Alright, Glock 19. I think I'm pulling because I'm trying to hurry up and shoot it. So starting out, I was doing it in less than a full mag. I was doing it in about 10 rounds.
Really?
And then I start recording and I can't hit crap. All right, we're back to the Stoeger. Might have to get paper out here and see where this thing's hitting. I don't think I'm right on here. We'll get the last 3 with the Glock. Alright, we're going to do a Glock 22. It's a 40 caliber. Using some Fiocchi FMJTC. Oops. Apparently I'm a little more accurate with the Glock 22. Still shot more times than I needed to. 9 shots to hit those, but you hit it, it didn't knock it off. Here, let's do this real fast. Keep it up there. Here, I'll turn you. You can get the green dot that'll come in. There, it's right on the top one there.
See how I'm...
You're anticipating the shot a little bit. Full, slow, and gentle. You're shooting low and to the right.
All right.
I don't like using the green dot a whole lot. That first one, it probably ain't bad because it's not moving. I better slow down.
All right.
Josh here with Blue Collar Ballistics. Today we were, well, not today, the other day I was shooting the Stoeger STR-9S Combat. The one I got has a threaded suppressor, or a threaded barrel on it, so you can put a suppressor on it. It also has cuts, so you can put different optics on it, red dots, RMR. It's got a few different plates in there for you, and it comes with, well, mine came with 3 mags and I think a holster. I'll have to look at the box again. I haven't used the holster at all, so I'm not 100% sure, but it's supposed to. I don't know that it did or not. Anyway, we got it out here a few weeks ago for the first time, and I didn't lubricate it. I didn't do anything to it. We shot it, and I think in the first couple mags, and probably just the first mag, I had a few. It kind of, I don't remember if they're stovepipe. I don't think it's stovepipe. I think it had trouble feeding into the chamber from the magazine. I think it bound up in there probably 2 or 3 times on the first mag. Anyway, I have shot it a fair amount since, and I haven't had any more troubles with it. And granted, I didn't go through and clean it, lubricate it, whatever else you do when you get your gun and stuff. I just took it out of the box and started shooting it. So with that said, I think just having the first magazine, having a few issues, I don't think it was probably too bad of a thing, considering since then I haven't had any more issues with it. It's been shooting pretty well. I got to get used to sights. It's got the raised sights on there for when I put a suppressor on there, and I was shooting the Texas Star, as you guys can see in some of these clips here, and I was doing horrible on the Texas Star. I shot a Glock 19 I had in the truck. I thought maybe just I was doing something wrong. Got the Glock. I did horrible with the Glock too. So I might be like anticipating the shot or something anyway, and throwing my rounds off on my own. With that said, I got to use a Mantis X training system here last fall. I used it for about 5 minutes, and it seemed like it helped me out tremendously in that 5 minutes. And I might have to go ahead and buy something like that and see what I'm doing wrong. It's easier when I'm watching somebody else to figure out what they're doing wrong than when I'm doing it myself, because then I start evaluating every little thing I'm doing and stuff. But I got my Glock 22 out. I had brought one of those. It's actually a 40 cal. The STR9 and my Glock 19 are both 9mm. The Glock 22 is a 40 cal, and I got it out, and I actually did pretty good with the Glock Glock 22. With that said, I've been in law enforcement for quite a few years, and that's the gun I've used pretty much the whole time. It's a full-size, full-frame, full-size gun, and I don't know if it has anything to do with that or the way it fits my hand, but here in the near future, I'd like to get a red dot for that Stoeger and see if I can be a little more consistent and accurate with the red dot on there. I have never been a big fan of the red dots. I guess I've always kind of like kept the same sights, so I'll get, most of my guns have the Trijicon night sights on them. I like to grab a gun and have the same sight picture on every one of them. That Stoeger STR9's got the green fiber sights on there, and they almost they bring in so much light. It's a little bit different. I mean, it's still the same sight picture. You're still looking for these 3 dots, line them up, putting your target behind the front one and stuff. But they're a little brighter, and they're raised on there too. So it's something a little bit different. Anyway, shooting it, the trigger pull, I didn't test the trigger pull with the scale. I've got one to test this trigger pull. However, I felt like it was a little bit lighter of a trigger pull than the Glock. Maybe not a lot, but a little lighter trigger pull than the Glock. The series set is very similar to the Glock, so you don't have to go as far back forward with the trigger as you do with a lot of different brands out of the box. So I really like that. It seems to shoot great. The magazines hold plenty of rounds, which is nice. I don't know if it says 17 on them or if it was more. I'd have to look. Mine are extended mags. They could hold more. I just remember seeing 17 on the back. But anyway, yeah, I want to get a red dot on there, get it out there, and try to shoot some more, and see if I can be a little bit more consistent on target, and what it can do for me. I've got red dot sight on one gun. I've got a Hollison 407 on the PSA Palmetto State Armory. Was it a 5.7x2.8 handgun? And I seem to like quite a bit on there, and that's actually a really smooth shooting gun too. But with this Stoeger, I'd like to throw one on there and see if I can get a little more consistency and get on the target a little quicker. But with that said, I think the Stoeger STR-9S Combat, it's a great gun. You guys should check them out. Like I said, I've always been a huge fan of the Glocks, just because I know when I grab one, pick it up, pull the trigger, it's going to go off. The first Stoeger handgun I shot, I didn't even know it was a Stoeger. I was over at Drew Case's. He actually has a YouTube channel as well called Beyond Seclusion. And we were out shooting some of his steel, and I always used my Glock 19. And I was going around, and I started out close, so I like dink, 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 and I was like boom, 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 dink, boom, 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 dink. The further we got out, getting out to 35, 40, 50 yards out there, and I was having trouble hitting him with the Glock 19. And he's like, I got this gun here, I got a really good deal on it. He's like, you should try it out. So I did, and I went around, I was like dink, 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 hitting each of the targets pretty consistently, it was pretty accurate, I thought. Anyway, I didn't know it until after I got this Stoeger here. In the past, I've only known Stoeger for their shotguns, so I didn't even know they made handguns until here about a year and a half ago when I was down at IV 88 range day. And got talking to them about them, seen some of the Stoeger handguns, and the one I got they sent me, and I like it a lot. So if you guys want to check them out, I'm not going to get any commission off it or anything like that, but they're great guns. Get your hands on one. It might be something kind of nice for you to have, an inexpensive gun that shoots you really well. But anyway, after I went down there, I got talking to, I don't know, I was talking to Drew about it, and he's like, yeah, that's the branded gun that you shot out of my place. And I had no clue. But anyway, so I shot another one before. It didn't have the raised sights on it, just a straight plain gun. This one here's got, like I said, it has raised sights, so I put a suppressor on and stuff. I'd like to get a suppressor on it at some point. But right now my next step's probably going to be getting a red dot on there, and I'll do another short video for you guys with that. However, about what I got to say about this here, it's a nice shooting gun, and like I said, out of the box without lubricating it or doing anything to it, it shot really well. It had a few feed issues on the first magazine, but since then it's been doing great. My boy, I've let him shoot it a few times. We shot it here, and then we went to a bowling pin match up by Lincoln, Nebraska, this last weekend, and he shot it there, and I shot it there, and I think it did pretty good. So I think some of my issues might just be the up and down way I'm holding it. I might just be anticipating the shot and pushing into it a little bit. I don't know. But with that said, it seems to be like a real good shooting gun. I like it. Blue collar approved. Anyway, if you like these videos, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Go ahead and like the videos. If you got questions or comments, go ahead and comment on it. I apologize. Some of the comments I haven't been as quick at getting back to you guys as I should. However, I do appreciate your feedback and like hearing from you. But until next time, stay safe and God bless.